Hi, Mind Candy Beauty fam. So today we are here with someone very special. So much so, guys, I had to write some notes to introduce him. So his artistry has graced red carpets, magazine covers, and some of the biggest stages in pop culture. From his bold editorial work to creating signature looks for the likes of Iman, Serena Williams, Tessa Thompson, Janelle Monáe, like the list goes on and on and on. He's redefined what glamour looks like with authenticity, skill, and a deep understanding of beauty of the beauty of Black skin. So it is my honor to introduce Keita Moore to the Mind Candy Beauty fam. Hi, Keita.
Hey everyone, how are you? I'm excited to be
Yay.
here.
Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me.
Yes,
I'm so honored. I love everything that you've been doing.
Thank you.
I went on a page yesterday and I was like, wow, you've been putting in so much work and it's so needed in the beauty space.
Yeah, we just want to give, Black voices.
It's so important.
Space.
It's so important.
Yeah.
And you're doing the work. I love it.
Thank you. And you're actually our first male on the show.
Really?
Yes. So this is a moment. I was like, it has to be Keita. I was like, it needs to be Keita. He's just too iconic.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
So we're gonna hop right in.
Let's jump in. Let's get into some things.
All right.
Some things.
Cool. So, Keita, you're literally known as one of the top celebrity MUAs today. So how did you first get your start in the industry, and what was that like foot in the door moment for you?
It's been a very interesting, long journey. I'm from Rochester, New York, which is 6 hours away from New York City. So everything that I've done for like 7 years, I traveled back and forth, which is crazy, right? So I say to people, like, if you're here, you can do so much more because you actually have access to everything, Coming back and forth from Rochester for years literally showed me something about myself. It showed me, my determination and my unwavering faith to become what I set out to be, back and forth. Foot in the door moment. Those type of questions, like I
know there are probably multiple.
Yeah. I don't know, so I have my followers that have been following me for a very long time. And, I would like to ask you guys, like, what do you guys think my foot in the door moment was? Like, I just, throughout my journey, I just do what I do, and I love to do it. I would probably say maybe my foot in the door moment was social media. I started in a time where Instagram kind of took off, and makeup was foreign to like a lot of people, and it was so interesting to them. And like I worked at MAC Cosmetics, like we talked about.
I feel like so many people got their start there.
So many people got their start there. So back then there was a thing that was like hashtag Mac boy, hashtag Mac girl. Like it was the coolest thing back then. And I started doing Mac face charts. And I'm not sure if you ever seen my face charts. I have to show them. Oh, and I believe like no one has kind of ever done them to that extent on a public platform. So it was very interesting to the world. And when Rihanna came out with her collaboration with Mac, what was it, the Riri Woo, that Mac loves Rihanna. I did a face chart of her and, with the products next to it, and she actually seen it, followed me.
That's such a moment. Like Rihanna
reposted it.
Is a moment.
That showed me the power of social media and the reach. So, and that's back when like you would get a repost and you would get like 10, 15,000 people following you. Oh my gosh, well, this Rihanna posted them. Now these days you get a repost, 10, 20 people following you. But that showed me.
Don't you miss that age of social media, though? Don't you miss that age of social media?
I really do miss that age of social media. It changed so much. It's changing every day. I feel like people have seen it all, done it all. Things are not as interesting to the masses as they were back then. But that literally showed me, just to take it back to that, it showed me the power of social media. Like, if I can be living in my mom house in my room, making face charts, working on MAC Cosmetics, and Rihanna can see my face charts and repost it. It just showed me that social media has capabilities that can get you visibility. And I feel like maybe that was maybe the awakening and point where I was like, okay, I'm doing something, you know? It felt great to be recognized.
Yeah, it always feels good to get that external validation.
Yes,
for
and
sure.
she followed me. I'm like, she follows like
Does she still
400
follow you?
people.
Does she
She
still
still
follow you
follows
today?
me to this day.
Okay, clock it.
Yes, I'm like, she's reached out maybe like 2 or 3 times. It just had been bad timing, but it's coming, Rihanna. If you're watching this, call me, girl.
Yes. So, did you always know you wanted to be a makeup artist, or was it happenstance, or was like there always a draw for you?
No. Growing up, I was an artist. Like I learned that I had the ability to draw maybe in the 3rd grade. My art teacher found out. And ever since then, like my parents invested me into art. Pencils, palettes, schools, like and it's so important for any parent out there that has a child that has a gift to make sure you back them 120% in everything they do. I remember when I got my fine arts degree in art, right? Fine arts. So, when I started makeup, I told my mom, like, oh, I want to be a makeup artist. She was a makeup artist. She worked at Mary Kay. I've seen my mom literally like break barriers in the Mary Kay industry, and started out from little rooms then she like grew to the top of the pyramid, had the Cadillac, like all the things. And then, just without even actually realizing, I'm watching a powerhouse, I'm watching her do makeup. And, there were times where she needed an extra person. And she's like, Keita, I need you to come help me do this eyeshadow, She knew I was an artist. So I would, help her, but I would never think anything of it. It wasn't until I was in college and I would go back and forth to the MAC counter, and I would try on myself, like, because I had hyperpigmentation, so I was like trying to cover it. And, they showed me, I learned about concealers and like all this stuff. And then I'm just like, oh, wow. But what really made me get into makeup was my friend in Rochester. She had a fashion show, and one of the makeup artists bailed on her. And she's like freaking out like 2 days before, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Keita, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I'm like, no, I can't. No, I can't. So she talked me into it, and I had got my mom Mary Kay stuff, and I just created me like a little bag, and I go on the set, and there's like 3 other makeup artists with huge kits, like how my kit is out there. So I could tell they were pros. And I come in here with this little plastic bag full of makeup, and I'm just, yes, plastic bag, and I'm just not prepared. And I'm in what's the word I'm looking for, intimidated by the other makeup artists, because they had the whole kit and the whole shebang. And I think they even looked at me like, what is this? Like, look at his setup, like that's the energy that I felt.
Little did they know.
Right. So, I started doing the girls, and I'm just like doing makeup on the girl, and like I'm just mixing. I worked in art and I painted, so I'm just mixing and matching shades and creating it, because I had maybe like 6 or 7 Mary Kay foundations, and I was just making it work. Okay, I had the eyeshadows, had the mascara, like I'm just doing the girls. And next thing you know, I turn around and there's a line of girls like, no, I want him to do my makeup. I want him to do my makeup. And no one was in the other girls' chairs. And I was like, wow.
That's
like,
amazing.
This is incredible,
So
you know?
already had like that natural gift and inclination.
Yes. I learned the power of makeup, this is really important piece of my career, and maybe this will be in a question that you may want to ask later. But I learned the power of makeup through my mom, and I just learned how, like, when she would apply her makeup, she would literally become confidence itself. Like, I would see her put on makeup and just be so beautiful, and as a little kid, I would just watch her and just be amazed, like, wow, like. I will always tell people I have two moms. Like, I have my around the house mom, and she's like, cooking and cleaning and yelling and all that stuff. But then I have my mom when she's glammed up, and she just like
That girl
coming into school and dropping my food off. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, your mom is so beautiful," and I'm just like, "Yes, that's my second mom right there." But the confidence that it brought her was just incredible. But yeah, did I answer the question?
you did.
Think okay.
You did.
Okay,
And then some.
And then some.
Which we love. No, I love that you followed in your mom's footsteps. I think that's beautiful. And it kind of like flows seamlessly into the next question because like growing up, right, what were some of your earliest beauty influences at home, in your community, or even pop culture that really shaped your eye for artistry?
Okay, I think I pretty much just answered that. But my mom, she was incredible. She is incredible. But also too, I love pop culture. I love the entertainment industry. I will always draw Vibe magazine covers. I would paint Sierra, Mary J. Blige, Serena Williams, Iman. Like, I'm just drawing all these faces.
You kind of manifested, like, doing their makeup.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Absolutely, without
manifestation.
even knowing it. And my favorite part of drawing was the makeup, the eyeshadow, doing the lips, shading the lips, making them look glossy, and like the lashes and flicking them out. I really just love to do it. And it was literally preparing me for everything that I'm doing today. Yes.
I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. I'm still like hung up on your mom and no, like I want to meet your mom now.
Huh?
I want to meet your mom now. Like, oh my God.
You should. She's amazing. She's such a fun, beautiful person. Yeah.
Amazing. So before coming in here, we did a whole shoot solely about your kit, and I feel like a kit is so important, obviously, to an artist. So it really, like, your kit is beautiful. And
Thank you.
I feel like it's an artist's signature and it tells your story as an artist. So how have you built it over the years, and like what products will always have a spot in it no matter what?
I've built it over the years. When I came into the world and came back and forth to New York, because I would travel back and forth to New York, I had a lot of MAC in my kit, and a lot of those same products are staples in my kit today. I'm able to just call the shades out. She's NW43. She's NC15. Like, I immediately know in my head, and just the system. I go off of the MAC system. So even when it comes to like other brands, like I have to like learn everything over again. But throughout the years, I used a lot of MAC cosmetics. I learned sanitation and presentation from MAC. I've always been a very neat person, and you guys just see my kit. Everything is wiped down and clean and sanitized, and I'm OCD when it comes to my kit. My clients love it.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my gosh, your kit is so amazing." So I would say, what was the question again?
So pretty much like how you built it over the years, and
Okay.
like what products will always have a home in your kit.
Okay, sweet. And then also, as I learned about different products, everything just became trial and error. Even these days, I have my good old faithfuls that stay in the kit. They're not going anywhere. But I get a lot of PR, and I try all the products out. So some things make it into my kit, some things don't.
What do you do with the excess PR? I always wonder. Giveaways, friends, family.
Do people like giveaways these days?
Yeah,
I would love to
people
do a giveaway.
Giveaways, absolutely.
I would love to do a giveaway. I have so many products.
People would eat that.
They're in my garage. I have all these shelves, and I'm like, what am I going to do with all these products? And maybe I'll do a giveaway soon.
Guys, you heard it here first. Keita Moore giveaway.
Absolutely. Make it go viral. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
Cool. So going back to Iman, Janelle Monáe, Serena Williams, all the amazing clients. So you've created looks for some of the biggest names in entertainment. So is there a celebrity look that really stands out as like especially meaningful or career defining for you?
It's quite interesting that you say these names, and I work with my clients, and sometimes to me, they're my clients, but then sometimes I have an epiphany and I have a waking up moment. It could be like while I'm doing their makeup, it could just be while I'm watching them do their thing on set, and I'm like, whoa. You're working with Serena Williams. You're working with Iman. You're with Sierra. Like, Keita, do you know like how amazing this is? Like, I have to remind myself how incredible it is, and I'm super grateful. But I've worked really hard to come to this moment today. And my dad would always say, I would always tell him like, Dad, I did this, I did that, and he was always very supportive of me. So he would be like, tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. And I never even know what that meant until I started knowing what it meant. And every time he would just be like, tip of the iceberg, because he knows, like, they've always kind of prepared me to that I would be, like, super great, and I think that was his way of kind of telling me, like, there's so much more. I don't want you to, to think, like, this is, the hype, because there's so much more that's uncovered. An iceberg is out of the water, but if you look
There's
under the
so
water,
much
there's
underneath.
so much underneath to be revealed. And, I have those moments. But to answer your question, I would say like one of my favorite looks, and I hate to choose because I love all of my looks with my girls. But I would say maybe Met Gala, Iman Met Gala. That was the one for me because it just was received so well.
Around which year?
What this is? I think that was 2022 or 2023 because they didn't do Met Gala because of COVID, and then they had I think they had two Met Galas to kind of catch it up.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Okay, yes, I'll do it." And then like it was incredible. That's when she wore like the Harris Reed,
Yes,
the
yes,
gold.
yes. That was beautiful.
Yes, that was probably
Absolutely
one of
beautiful.
my most amazing makeup looks, I would say.
And how did that come together? Like, because that, whenever I see like amazing red carpet looks, I know it takes so many pieces from like hairstylist, stylist, wardrobe, designer, makeup artist. So how do you kind of come together to create that look? And how much input does the client have in it as well?
It's Iman. She has
All of it.
all the input. Listen, Iman is such an incredible one. She's a visionary. She's done it all. She's worked with the best iconic makeup artists in the world, all of them. So it's like I really take her advice to her because I've learned so much. She knows so much, She knows what looks good on her. She knows what the lighting is going to give. She knows she needs to be cut a little bit. She knows when a lash needs to be bigger, needs to be smaller. And these are all the things that I'm learning from her, and I'm actually taking it out into the world and using it on my clients. But how it pretty much came together is it's like it's a dance, It's like a harmony, like all from fashion to hair to makeup to nails, everything needs to come together cohesively to create like the perfect harmony, Sometimes makeup takes front center, sometimes it falls back, sometimes hair is the star, sometimes styling is the star, But it's important for every artist to know that to know how to fall in where you need to fall in and to make those type of makeup choices and decisions. But how that came about was like we knew that we wanted like drama and we knew we wanted
And
the classic.
They gave that.
Thank you. Yes. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite looks.
I love it. No, it was beautiful. When you said it, I was like, immediately. I was like, no, what are you talking about? So going to a kind of different direction, because again, Mind Candy Beauty is all about uplifting, celebrating, elevating Black voices in beauty and fashion. So from your perspective, how has the beauty industry shifted when it comes to representation of Black artists and Black beauty? And what changes do you still want to see moving forward?
I think, coming from MAC, I had a plethora of shades. They were one of the only brands that had a wide shade range. For a long time, when I would want to try new products that came out from other brands and it was a big deal, they just wouldn't have our shades, And I feel like brands, now, everything is a tussle, everything is a fight. Like we have to fight to be included in these spaces like we've had to, just our ancestors had to,
Always kind of have to create our own.
Always have to create our own. Exactly. So as brands started becoming more inclusive, I think now they know that we have to come out with all the shades, Black people is the number one buyers of cosmetics, I mean, why not, What I would like to see in this industry is more Black artists on sets. And I'm not just meaning like the actual artists. I want to see like the decision makers. I want to see like the assistants. I always say I want sets to look like New York. When you walk outside in New York, you see everybody. You see Black, white, gay, straight, trans, rich, poor. Like, I want to see it all when I walk into a set, I've been on a lot of sets where me and my team are the only Black people in there. And it's just like, I'm here, to do incredible work, but, and then you see the other one, Black girl, and you're like, let me go over there and say what's up to my sister. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's like an unspoken bond.
Yeah, unspoken bond. Yeah. So I would just love to see like more inclusivity on sets. I remember one time, even when it comes to like hairstylists, like I remember one time, I had to actually, a few times, but this one time I had to actually stop a shoot. It was a fashion shoot that I was doing. Because they had the Black model and she was out there and her hair just didn't look good. And I'm like, am I the only one seeing this? Should I say something? Should I not? 'Cause in fashion, it's just like, you stay in your place,
Yep.
Who are you to come tell me anything? So I was like, you know what, this is my work. Like, I'm not trying to have one of those Gap viral moments where, you get what I'm saying? Like, and so I went and I was just like, we need to show her hair a lot more love. I mean, we want this to go viral for all the right reasons and not the wrong reasons. So he was like, oh, no, it's fine. And, but then I think that he actually realized, the photographer actually realized, like, he's right. So they take her back and, I'm doing the other models' makeup, and it's about 5 people literally looking at her hair, and they're just trying to like figure it out. And I'm just like,
I assume she had natural 4C hair.
4C hair,
Yeah,
yes,
4C
4C.
hair,
She was Afro Dominican.
Okay, yeah,
Afro Dominican, and I'm like, wow. So I go over there and I'm like, guys, you need to like wet it and then like blow
like,
it out. Like, do you have a blur? Yeah, I'm not a hairstylist, but I know like. Just growing up, like how to get they wanted to give it, more length and like an afro and stuff like that, because she had like a lot of shrinkage. But I knew like once you wet it or wash it and like blow it out and stuff like that, like it will be where you guys want it to be. But it just took me to tell them that. So it's important to have representation, Black representation on sets everywhere.
And it also goes into the realm of education too. It's like,
oh, absolutely,
everyone should know how to do
everyone should know how to do every type of hair,
everything.
Absolutely. And I tell artists that all the time. Like, just want to make sure like you're well rounded. Like, that when you walk into a fashion shoot, that it's not giving beat to the gods. And that's one of the misconceptions that fashion has on Black artists, is they feel we're gonna do too much.
Yep.
They feel we're gonna do too much. Yeah.
And it's crazy because I was actually, of course, will not name the artist at all.
Right.
I was on a call with an artist of a certain caliber, and they were saying, "Oh no, like I don't know how to do deep tone models and deep tone skin," and I was shocked. I do not have a poker face at all. At all. In my face, I was like, what? And then someone had to like message me. They were like, Lyric, your face, like fix it. But I was just thinking, I was like, someone at this level who has such a platform, who's been doing this for so long, still doesn't know how to do deep skin. I was like, at this point, it must be a choice.
It's a choice. It constantly happens. It happens all the time. You call me on the set, I could knock out any skin tone immediately. I'm very well educated and well rounded when it comes to skin, you know, because you have to be as an artist. So I agree with you that it's a choice. You don't want to learn, you know. And I've seen the artist. I mean the model, and she was like, "Oh, the makeup artist in fashion, like they have us bring our own foundation and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Oh wow, that's crazy work."
It is. It is. And I also feel so bad for the models too, because then they come on set and they have to do so many different jobs. It's like they can't focus on what they're there to do. You know?
Here's a quick example. I did a beauty shoot, and for some reason, like I noticed, like they want our girls to be a little bit more less. I've literally seen this on sets, like than the other girls, right? And I'm always the one that's like, oh no, we have to have her match her, you know, because in order for a model to actually deliver, they have to feel good. It's very important. Like they have to feel confidence. They have to feel beautiful. They have to feel amazing. So, you know, I've been on sets where models just didn't like their makeup and they just didn't deliver the way that they could have or should have, you know, and that's just with anybody, not even models, but just the girl who's getting her makeup done as a bridesmaid. She wants to feel beautiful. Like that's what makeup is for. So, yeah, I've been on those sets where I've had to like be like, no, we need to amp her up.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time. Yeah.
That's so important to have someone like you on set that can be like, hey, what's going on
Yeah, exactly. Who's not afraid to actually speak to, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to shift it a little bit out of the serious. So we're going to talk about trends, because this is just such a trend-driven industry and world, especially since we were talking about social media earlier and things move at such a fast pace. So beauty trends, as we know, they come, they go, some stay, some leave. So how do you stay inspired and innovative while kind of keeping your work timeless? Because I feel like you have like those timeless classic looks, but those trends are weaved in such a beautiful way.
Yes, I've always said that I want my my makeup to live forever. Like I see some makeup that was done in like the 60s or 70s, and I'm like, wow, so beautiful. It's so relevant. It's just, it always goes back to that, you know? And 30, 40 years from now, I want people to look at my work and say the exact same thing, you know, and not be like, what the hell was that? Like, oh, wow.
It's like blue eyeshadow at a wedding.
Yes, exactly. When it comes to trends, I see trends come, I see trends go. Like I know what shades is coming throughout the seasons, but a lot of trends come. Like there's one right now that's a artist who's a really beautiful artist. I love her work with the blush trend.
Painted by
It's
Esther.
crazy. Esther. The blush trend is insane. It's very
crazy.
beautiful, but it's for some people, but it's not for everybody. You understand? So I can't like, you know, go and give Tiffany Haddish or Iman blush that goes here from here. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to trends, like there's certain girls that I would do that on, and I could do that on. I'm like, you know, that's really beautiful. But I work in the realm of, you know, models, actresses, and a lot of time and performers also. And sometimes like a trend like that might not, it'll be better for editorial or something, you know? But what I love about Esther is she has made a space to bring that to the entertainers and bring that to like SZA and Tessa Thompson and stuff like that. And it works for her. It's beautiful. But I'm always going to like, you know, balance it out a little bit more. Like Iman said, in a world full of trends, I would like to remain a classic. And I'm like, that's the energy right there, you know? Yeah. But staying relevant is just like, you know, you have your things that you're known for. and it makes you special. You know, it makes you magical. Like people look to you for whatever it is that you know they look to you for, and I would say to just continue to do what you do. But some like I said, like some trends you want to fall into, and some trends you just you know won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But when you stick to yourself, it's always gonna live forever.
I love that.
Absolutely.
And again, like you're already like dropping gems in the knowledge, which like again flows seamlessly into the next question.
Guys, I'm so nervous. Let me first of all start by saying this. I'm so nervous. This is my first podcast.
Really?
Yes, it's my first podcast.
I did not know that. Well, thank you for My Candid Beauty being your
Absolute-
first podcast.
Absolutely. Lyric just makes me feel so at ease. She's so warm and beautiful. Ever since I first met you, it's always been that. So I'm like, it's just a conversation, you know?
It's been a vibe. Yeah.
And I when she reached out to me for the podcast, I will always say no to things. But I told Lyric that this is the season that you have to do the things that make you afraid, you know? My work has always kind of spoke for itself, and that's all you really needed. But now the people want to hear, you know? They want to know about you. They want to know about behind the work. So I told Lyric that this year I'm doing all the things that make me terrified. So I'm nervous, but I feel great.
It's fabulous.
All right. I love that.
Yeah. So
I feel comfortable.
that's good. I want to
Yes.
make people feel comfortable.
You do.
Good.
Yes.
So, again, like already dropping those gems of knowledge, right? So, again, your work again does speak for itself, and I think, and we were talking about this earlier, that people want to know who you are because even though like you try to keep it low key on social media, it's like we clock that like he's jet setting and doing the thing and is fab. So
I told Lyric I got to get rid of my threads. Too many people, my thoughts, like.
You have to have one platform where people can like
Yeah.
dive in.
Yeah.
So keep it. So a lot of people are like looking to you and looking at you, right? And many young artists look up to you. So what's one real piece of practical advice you'd give someone starting out in their makeup career?
I would say to just do it. Do it confident. Do it afraid. You know, have fun with it. Like, don't be too harsh on yourself, because at the end of the day, like, you are the magic. You know, you continue to put yourself out there, and you know you would definitely see the fruits of your labor. You know, have a vision. I say these are the key to manifestation. You know, you have a vision. You have a vision board. Everything on my vision board that I had when I was living at my mom's house in a room, all of it has come to pass. It's incredible. It's incredible.
You manifested.
I manifested the clients, the campaigns, the beauty brands, like all of it has come into fruition. And I've literally lived it and I literally see it. So when I tell you that you have to create the vision first, right? And then you have to have unwavering faith in yourself, right? But then you have to be a little bit delusional as well. Like you have to do things that you normally wouldn't do, but and I really mean, like, you know, for me, instance, like coming back and forth from Rochester to New York, like I would come, sometimes I didn't have a place to stay. Sometimes I would catch the train, not have enough money for a hotel, and catch the train to New Jersey just to catch it back, just to work in the morning, just to sleep. Like I've done things that no one would know about, you know, but I've always had that faith in myself. So you have to have faith, you have to have vision, you have to have faith. You have to be a little bit delusional, and you also have to work out of gratitude every step of the way. That's how you literally make your dreams come true. You can't be too hard on yourself. You have to be grateful for everything. Like now, like every day I wake up, I'm grateful. That's the first thing I say in the morning, you know? Even when it don't work out, I'm grateful. We live in, I work in an industry where you always don't get the job you want. It goes away. You're waiting for it. You're excited. You on hold for a Vogue cover. You on hold for this. All these things that you really wanted, constantly it comes and it goes. You don't get it. You're on hold for it. You don't get it, right? And I hear no so much, and I'm grateful. At first, it hurt. You have to, I learned thick skin, but I'm grateful now when I hear the no's because it's just literally not time. It's literally not my moment.
Rejection is protection.
Rejection is rejection, but I stay in a place of gratitude because I already know that something more. Every single time, something greater comes. And that's why you have to operate out of gratitude.
What's for you, you get.
What's for you, you get.
1,000%.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is actually our last question that
Aw.
we're coming to. So at Mind Candy Beauty, we always love to close with legacy, right? So when people look back on your career years from now, what do you hope they say about the way you celebrated and elevated Black beauty?
I want them to know that I broke barriers. I've fought for inclusion when it comes to Black artists. A lot of times I've been the first several times to be in a space, a first Black artist to do like a thing or do something. You understand? So I really want them to celebrate me in a way where, I've broken barriers. Like I want them to see me like how they see Iman. I want them to see me like how they see Beth Ann Hardison or, Leon Talley, like just a figure who left his stamp in the world and made a change, And, when like we said earlier, like I want people to go back and look at my work, maybe have a coffee table book. And it becomes a discussion 20, 30, 40 years down the line, So, yeah.
You're on that path 1,000%. You are.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Having you here too, huge deal. Super excited. So thank you so much for doing this and for
Absolutely
being part of the Mind Candy Beauty fam.
Yay! Thank you for having me.
That's a wrap, y'all.
Yes.